We bought this house in West Virginia while we lived 2,000 miles away in California, and our contractors told us it was done. We flew in, and unfortunately, when we arrived, it was not even close. At the time, we were actually running 4 different Airbnb projects in the same area at the same time. We had 3 contractor teams, and each team member was actually on a different project. So unfortunately, we didn't have one for the very last project, which is this one that our contractor said it was done. Unfortunately, this new contractor that we hired was not honest and did not complete what he said was done, and we got the leftovers. And before you guys be like, oh, you should have checked your videos, well, we actually did check and have the contractor send us videos, and he said everything was done again, and he even filmed the spots that were done. But he was a little bit older and we're a little bit more trusting, and we kind of took his word for it, so our fault on that. He would always show us the best corners or the walls that he just finished, or the parts of the deck that were nice that he said was done. He said the electrical was all fixed and everything ready to go. The plumbing was all caught up and up to date. And unfortunately, when we got there again, we looked at all these things. We physically walked there. We could see that there were so many things that were wrong with it. And he got away with this because we were, again, too trusting. And instead of being hey, we need concrete walkthrough of the whole place. I don't care if there's bad internet, but we need to get good internet. If anything, we need to get our friends and family or a real estate agent there to go double check the work. But we didn't do that this time. So even though we paid him $90,000 to get a lot of this work done, and he said it would be done, it did not get completed. By the time he got there, the electrical that he'd done was such bad work, unfortunately. The plumbing was not done correctly at all. There was literally sewage going to just our crawl space, and it wasn't even going into the city sewer. Parts of the deck wasn't safe, and we actually had to have one of our friends who is a real contractor actually go and reinforce that for us a little bit later. And honestly, we rebuilt so many things that shouldn't have ever been done. And this wasn't just a bad contractor, it was actually bad oversight on our part too. We were just stretched too thin, too many moving parts trying to get these other 3 projects that we had in line. And unfortunately, this one was the one that got the leftovers again. If you're investing in real estate, just remember this before you decide, oh, it's going to be so easy, I'm just going to tell people this is how it goes and it'll be done. Never trust it's done without either your independent verification or a second party that has no relation to the individual contractor or the person that's helping you get the work done. So maybe your neighbor or your real estate agent who's in the area who wants you to be successful, who wants you to make more money from this rental project. Always have a second set of eyes, essentially. And last but not least, cap your projects. If you're trying to juggle too many projects that you're actually more than capable of handling, don't do it. It's better to just hold off and do 1 project at a time, or 2 projects at a time, or 3 projects at a time. Only the amount that your team and you can actually physically look at and process, and not skip the steps needed to make sure that it's a safe and successful, efficient launch. The good news though, guys, we fixed it. Everything is fixable in real estate, and honestly, most things in life. Long days though, hard lessons, and eventually it worked. This home launched in June 2024, and since then, December 2025, it's brought in $115,000. Long story short, remote investing works, but only if you're disciplined. Audit everything, and don't let growth with the thought of growing so big so fast make you careless. Subscribe if you want more lessons that will help you avoid expensive lessons.